Damn, Ingenious made the beat. Yo, welcome to another episode of the Coach Life Podcast Radio. I am, of course, your host, the casual one, Coach Steve. Joined with me, as always, the dime dropper, Coach Luna. How we doing, Brody?
Bless, man. We haven't had one of these in a while.
It's
We
been a
haven't had
while.
one of these just the three of us. You know what I'm
Most of
saying? So
most of the pods have been like that for like almost the past 2 months.
yeah, it's been a little minute, man. It's been a little minute. Just now we about to dive into a certain topic that I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Wise, I think this is pretty dear to you as far as what you've been thinking about recently, or what I mean.
It's
Tell us what we're
definitely on
talking
par. It's definitely on par, 100%. And
Nah,
CEO
that's
and founder of Coach Life Podcast Radio. I gotta introduce you, bro. Don't let me not introduce you. I'm gonna get fired that way, bro. CEO founder of the Coach Life Podcast Radio brand, Coach Wash. Introduce our topic for today, sir, in our new coach's corner.
all right. So topic for today, we talking about how to get out of the trap. That's the best way I could put it. What keeps you in the trap of your career versus you jumping and leaping into your gift and not
Mm,
making your gift, your career, and your life's work as it should be.
mm, that's heavy. That's probably gonna hit somebody real hard because I'm pretty sure 80% of us, at least the stat that I saw, 80% of us are not working in our true field, our true passion, our true calling. We can dissect this in a number of different ways. But before we dissect this, let's start with the bare basics. Coach Luna,
What's up?
being in a career and in being in something that you love, you are like the perfect example that we can use. You have your own business doing something that you love doing, and then you're in a career that pays the bills. You enjoy it, but it also just pays the bills. That's not exactly what you enjoy doing. Can you explain to me, sir, from your perspective, how does that feel working in your field and in working in a field?
Yeah. Well, fortunately for me, my field with, being a special education teacher and coaching for the school, they kind of blend. But this is
Mm-hmm.
the part that kind of helps me with everything. Teaching is coaching and coaching is teaching. You get what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
So when I have my, what I'm saying, my different level of kids as far as abilities to read, or different levels of ability to speak, whatever their disability may be,
Mm-hmm.
it requires me to polish up my teaching, right? And in the grand scheme of things, there's not too much of a difference of when it comes down to coaching and particular kids and skill levels. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
can't I can't coach the little 5'3" linebacker like I can coach the 6'1" linebacker. You know what I'm saying? They got different tools. I can't teach the kid that has specific learning disabilities with reading comprehension compared to the kid that's very good in reading but is not good in math. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They got different things. So as a teacher, educator, and coach, my fields kind of blend, which is fortunate. Now, there's times where they don't blend. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because it can get extremely frustrating. Sometimes it can get very overwhelming because it's like, man, I didn't sign up for this. Like I didn't want to do this. I just want to coach. That's just what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got my bachelor's in this area. I got my master's in this area. Like this is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But the past 7 years that I've been doing it, man, I've had my ups and downs and my own little trials and tribulations. Because again, I had that like, man, I don't feel like, why am I doing this? Like, I want to coach. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. I love to play. I love to coach ball, help kids. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? And it just went, and it ended up going down to just being able to appreciate the position that I'm in and understand what I said in the beginning, that coaching is teaching and teaching is coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So any time that I have the ability to make someone comprehend whatever it is that we may be trying to learn, it's
Mm-hmm.
polishing my skills as the teacher to be able to have different ways of approaching everybody has a similar goal, but your step one and that step one for these people may look completely
Mm-hmm.
different. Your journey to get there is completely different because you are lacking in this area. So we're going to fix and focus on this area to get there. But we're all going to get to the same destination. But some require a little bit more polish than the others, but it doesn't matter. Each one, just like a garden, you got to tend to every flower. Every single one needs the water. Every single one needs the sunlight. It's the same thing when you come to teaching and helping kids.
You know what's interesting about what you said is that teaching is coaching, coaching is teaching, right? I think in a special way, you've actually made your passion your job. That's very rare for a lot of people to be able to do. And and that's very reminiscent to my position now. I'm in a position now where I'm able to help everybody as opposed to just helping a group. So the difference in being able to blend it is
Now,
amazing.
Coach Steve, I will say this. For the past 6 years, it didn't feel like this though.
Right. You
Because when I
understanding it
was
now.
because at the 6 years that I was coaching high school, the amount of hours that we were putting in to get our end results
Hmm.
just wasn't making sense. You know what I'm saying? It was so much of
Wasted
how
time.
could
It wasn't efficient.
wasting time, and we're
Yep.
not truly polishing what the true overall thing was supposed to be, which is to overall just get these kids better and help these kids.
Hmm.
Instead, it ended up being, you know what I'm saying, not way to say it, it was a dick measuring contest. It was trying
Right.
to see who gonna have the last word and who gonna say this and who gonna be right, who gonna be wrong. The overall mission ended up getting lost. And then when
Right.
that happens, bro, discouragement happens. And then that's when you do start looking and being like, bro, I'm working 80-hour weeks. We're not getting any better. We're doing the same crap. Anytime we bring up a suggestion, we got guys that are literally suited very well in whatever they may be good at,
It's
sitting on
getting
the
shot down.
sidelines
Right.
because every time they spoke, it got shut down. So what we need to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it for me, it has always been baffling to see a football program go into off season and then not have the track coach be the guy that's running the freaking speed program outside.
I don't understand that myself.
I
Yeah.
never understood that. That's literally how we always operated when I was in school. I was the
My
football
my gym
guys and the
teacher,
strength guys,
my
they're in the
gym
weight.
teacher was the strength and conditioning coach.
I mean, it only makes sense, but it's that thing, it's that pride issue, and that's another story for another pod. We've already
Hmm.
had those before, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just that level of wanting to have the control and tentacles, like then that means that the mission of what we're trying to accomplish has
Hmm.
that is not in the
It's not. It's
forefront.
right. It's diluted at
You
that
want the
Hey
point.
man,
control.
shout
You
out
want
Coach
you want it to
Harris.
have, yeah, you want to have your name on this. It's not about whether or not those kids end up being good or not. It's your
Absolutely.
name, title
Absolutely.
to it.
Shout out Coach Harris. Straight
D and
up.
D.
D and D.
Mm-hmm.
The D and D. What's your D and D?
Yep.
If you don't know what the
Develop
D and D
or
is,
demoralize.
I was going to say, bro, if you don't know what the D and D meant, go back to the other pod. Don't tell them. So now all of a sudden, now the cliffhanger's gone. Thanks.
Hey,
But they still got to
Appreciate it.
catch what it all is
yeah,
about.
Yeah, I guess.
exactly.
But you just lost my hook, but that's okay.
Hey,
Anyway,
we
same
we
question for
we we
you, Coach
recorded,
Wash.
man.
We are recording. Coach Wash, we not editing any of this, by the way. Coach Wash, same question for you. Have you been able to blend that in your current job? Is that something that you're able to do where you have that coaching side and the work side of it? Working in your field and then working in a field.
Currently, no, I have, but kind of back to like what Luna said. I haven't experienced where Luna's at right now. I left because of Luna's experience the first 6 years. So I will be returning to get some of what Luna talking about. So that is coming. But yeah, currently, nah. So I got to get my fixes on the side. I'm getting back in the game with like training people, and I'm working with little ones now. I'm out here coaching. That's really the call.
Right.
We what's that one mean we talk about this all the time with when babies and animals gravitate to people, usually, you got a pure nurturing spirit, you have a good spirit, and people always peep that with me. Like everywhere I go, babies reach for me, you know, even to the point where they call me daddy, and I gotta put some correction out in the atmosphere. I ain't your dad,
You
but
stiff arming, you stiff arming kids.
nah, I ain't make that. Stop it. Love you though, love you. But
Sound
yeah,
like mayor
man.
talk.
You said what?
Sound like mayor talk right there.
Oh yeah. But nah, the call is the call. When you get the call, you got to answer the call, man. And a lot of times we already programmed, and that's how people get trapped in the careers. It makes me think about uh, just things we told when we young. If you come across a solid person, a solid mentor, I'm sure you all heard this before, but like be patient and pretty much take your time and allow things to develop. Or
Hmm.
I've been told before when I was young, don't chase money, chase your passion, and the money will come. But I think most people, we knuckleheads, we young, we dumb, we think we know it all, and it ain't all just us. It's exposure to systems that
Everything,
tell
right?
us otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Telling us to, you do this to make this amount of money, do that to make this amount of money, and then you watch somebody that actually sat in what you should have been doing. You be like, man, they doing pretty
Making the money
good.
that you should have been making.
I should have just, I should have stayed in that and just let it simmer and build.
So, Coach Wash, you bring up a very interesting point. The argument for staying in the career that doesn't utilize your natural gift. The top three reasons are usually stability and security.
Mhm.
So, first thing that you said was stability and security, right? I that we chasing the dollar at that point, right? The
But it's
external
it's
pressures.
it's false comfort though. It's false
Exactly.
comfort.
Exactly. External pressures.
Yeah,
Society said that I this ain't a good job. I can't be a painter. Well, I ain't gonna make no money being a painter. You can't make a lot of money being a painter, right?
yeah,
But society says otherwise. Family, I want to be a I want to be a rapper. Pretty sure J. Cole said that. Kendrick said that.
yeah.
Like what
See,
kind of pushback did they get?
but there's a thing, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Bring
There's
it.
a thing that with passion though, it could be misconstrued and you could have interpretation of what you think is inspiring you because you're not putting in the effort.
Oh,
You're
Mm-hmm.
not
go
putting in the effort. You're not
explain.
putting in those bars. You're not writing like Kanye said, doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different word, like 3 summers. Yeah, you're not putting in. If you really listen to these guys on how obsessed they were with their passion,
It's
then you're
another level.
like,
Mm-hmm.
It's another
bingo.
level.
So it's
Yeah.
always comfortable to say that I'm doing I am trying to pursue what that person is, but are you putting in the amount of work and hours that these people are putting in? Are
Facts.
you truly obsessed with how far are you? Do you really want to go into their brain and see how psychotic you may think they are because of how obsessed they are with something?
That's
Yeah,
what you
It's
got to
that
understand.
double-edged sword because
Right.
we all want to get the glory,
yeah.
but we don't want to go through the grind to get there.
And there it is right there. That's the
Well, it's two
last one right
sides
there.
to that. Let me
There's
even add this to that
please.
because it's two sides to that. There's the laziness behind that.
Mm.
The other
True.
side is actually battling the conditioning that says the things that you want to do are not worth the time and they're not going to pay off.
The fear of
So
failure.
Fear of
yeah,
failure.
so there's the fear there, and then like Luna said, there has to be an obsession to the point where it's like nobody else's word matters. That's
So I
yeah,
read this today, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but it's fresh right here. The book said if you make it a discipline, it leads to the confidence to where that you're disciplined on everything and how much you've been doing, there is no fear of failure because you're so confident within your craft and everything and how you've been doing what you've been doing that the opinion of someone is like a little trying to blow against a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm,
I'm firm. You know what I'm saying?
It's
You ain't
irrelevant.
gonna move me.
It's
yeah,
You know
irrelevant.
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's where it lies, though. I think your double-edged sword, it is a double-edged sword, and they both gotta be sharp,
yeah.
but you
Hmm.
gotta get this side right before you even worry about the fear of failure. Because your fear of failure is it's easy to go ahead and have fear of failure if you don't have confidence in what you're doing.
Right. Right.
True.
Well, then on the flip side, then, since we playing double-edged swords, the
Let's
other
do it.
side of it is the argument for using your natural gift. So when you use your natural gift, obviously you have more fulfillment, more satisfaction, just off the rip, right? Because you're finally feeling fulfilled. You increase your performance. Again, you said it first, Luna. Like when you want to get into how a rapper, like a really dedicated hip hop artist is, and I'm gonna say that again, how dedicated a hip hop artist is, not a rapper. Um,
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, good point. I
But
mean
oh,
that'll go over a lot
yeah,
of people's heads, but
that
yeah, yeah.
here
We
nor
we
there.
we know.
I wanted to make sure I clarify that, and I'm probably gonna get ate up in the comments for that, but just want to make sure that's clear. The dedication that's taken. So when you actually look at how psychotic they actually are in it, their performance goes up naturally because of how dedicated they've already been. Period. This is innate in them, right? This is a thing. It's not for you. You haven't built it yet, right? And then just long-term happiness. You're just naturally happy. You ever see those people that are just naturally happy? And then you're
Mhm.
like, why is he always happy? Maybe he doing something that you ain't.
Yeah,
Maybe he ain't worrying about the stuff that you worried about.
yeah. That's some self confidence and some self love for your ass.
Man,
Well, attitude.
That's what happiness look like. Happiness don't look like somebody. The lack of happiness is somebody whose source is external rather than internal.
hmm
That's
When
that's
hmm
deep.
you
That's
when you
that's it right there.
when you got too many external forces affecting you, you can't be happy. It's not gonna happen.
Because it's always
family,
changing.
It
family
always changes.
expectations. Yep, family expectations, cultural values, uh, social norms.
Virtues
Like it- exactly. All those things going to tell you that you shouldn't
or vanities.
because
That's the word I'm looking for. Vanities.
vanity. Yes. Yes.
Mm.
You opening up people's encyclopedia right
Man,
now.
I gotta quote our next guest. He had a song which it ain't streaming. It's on YouTube, I think. But Bars from B Class. He had a hook a while ago. Coach Steve, you noticed he said, "I feel like I'm the greatest. I don't know no better.
Oh yeah.
Extremely
One of my
underrated.
favorite.
I
It's
don't
one of
know
my
no better."
nope.
And that pretty much wrap up what Luna was just saying.
Hmm.
Like yeah, I'm
I
firm in
don't know
this.
no
Like
better because of this is just innate. This is just how I am.
that's
This is just
it.
how I move. I don't know any better. And people may look at that and be like, that sounds arrogant. That sounds
That's
cocky.
what Luna talk about. That's you.
Exactly.
Every example we talking about now,
Is that
those people consider
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
But where they at?
On the curb. They're watching you. That's or they watching the other person do it. That's the thing. That's the difference.
Uh, I'm saying like your Kanye's, like even with all the ridicule today, like it don't matter.
Go look at it. I always love to tell people this. Just go look at, just type in produced by Kanye West. Not even the
And
music
see the
he
list.
made. Just look at the
Exactly.
people for other hits.
That's
You're
Like,
gonna
bro,
be
ridiculous.
yeah,
the man was literally obsessed. Literally.
That's
And it
another
goes,
level.
bro, all these people that are that successful, you know what I'm saying? They got to that point because there's a lot of things that went along that make them socially awkward because the only thing that they're worried about is that
yeah.
they that hell bent on.
People don't even they don't know how many times that man was told no as a rap artist, as a hip hop artist.
Mhm.
Kanye was a producer. He made it. It took him a lot of work to make it as a producer, and even once he got in that world, it's like, oh, Kanye respected and recognized as a producer. But even with his foot in the door, he couldn't get nobody no bars without them dismissing him for a while. It was a long
Right.
time before people actually sat and listened to Kanye and gave him a shot. And really, low key, he made his first album happen on his own for real. He just used the resources around him that he had access to as a producer, but like he didn't truly have the support of Rock Nation at the time. Dame and them,
Mhm.
they was all like, yeah.
That wasn't until he ended up blunt until that
Nah,
It
they was
album
wasn't
pushing
dropped.
until
they was pushing
Jesus
Memphis
Walks
Bleak more than they was
did
pushing
more than
Exactly.
Kanye.
what they thought was gonna do.
Exactly.
When Through the Wire did
Exactly.
more than what they thought it was gonna do,
Exactly. That
then it
whole
was like,
album did more than
oh,
what they thought it was gonna do.
yeah,
Dog, Kanye was down here when it came to Rockefeller. Like
yeah.
they was pushing Freeway, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, Cameron, Jewels when they
He
had
was
just signed Dipset. Like
just
Hmm.
producing. That's it.
we
Just
can
make the
go
beats.
we can go into that rock. We can go
Yeah.
into the Rockefeller
I was gonna
saga in
say
Oh
another part.
that's a whole nother coach's corner. So take me back, Luna. Let's actually go into again working in your passion.
Mhm.
When we talk about working in your passion, we said again having that innateness about it, that confidence, that swagger about it. You also made mention that you're also going to be looked at different. You also may be a little bit socially awkward. There may be something that's different, that quirk. Why do you think that is?
Mm, man, that's a really good question. Um, I think people build a opinion about people that are successful. Um, they like to try to paint a picture to fit the narrative that's comfortable in their mind of what it could take to get to that level. So what I mean by that, it's kind of like what Charles talked about when we were talking, Coach Wash, how
Mhm.
Charles he doesn't like to tell people that he played in the NFL prior to how he looks now. You know what I'm saying? The man's lost 50 pounds and is shredded like a freaking machine because
Right.
he said that when if he tells you that I was a professional athlete before this, your brain automatically thinks that, oh, you've naturally been built like this forever. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
Discounting that the man don't touch, he don't touch carbs. You know what I'm saying? The man is working out consistently, strict diet, like it's structured. You know what I'm saying? The way it goes. Same
Discipline
thing
and
with
structure.
Banfo.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing with Banfo. You know what I'm saying? There's a structure to the day. There's a structure to I eat here. I don't eat this. I don't do that. I only drink this. I don't drink that. There's a checklist, but it became a discipline. And
Hmm.
again, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. When you establish the discipline, it makes it so much easier. It's just like waking up in the morning and you get up and you go brush your teeth. That's a discipline. You know what I'm saying? for people that are so in tune with their routine of what they're doing in their lives and what they're focusing on as far as whether it's their business, personal, whatever growth that they're working on, when you do it and establish it as a routine, it becomes that discipline. Dog, I'm telling you, bro, you just like you start seeing everything so differently. And you start looking at those people that you once may have thought were like, bro, they're cocky and arrogant as hell. But then you learn about it and then you start doing it yourself. You're like, nah, you know what?
They right.
Maybe a little bit, he might be a little bit too much, but
I
at some point,
understand.
some of
I
it's
get it.
warranted. Some of it may be warranted. Dog, the man has been grinding. Like George said, 365 days straight, 2 years straight. What?
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
another
saying?
level.
Like,
That's
bro,
another level.
it's different levels.
That's
You know what I'm
just a
saying?
different level.
And it kind of goes back to the quote I read the other day. The right door won't open up until you become the right version of yourself for
That's
to
right.
step through that door.
That's right.
Man. And bro, I'm like, bro, I consistently seeing it in my life, my wife's life, the people around me's life. Like when we're all everybody's like speaking the same thing, we're all, pouring into each other the same thing. It just consistently happens. And then in my opinion, and this may jump the gun for a little later, that starts giving you the idea of what path you're supposed to be going towards because of the current things and the current things that's coming to you away from that on an everyday basis. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly receiving good information and good energy and everything like that. I'm putting it out there as well. And these things are coming with it. So why would I think twice of it if I'm heading in this right direction? Now, there may be a distraction that comes in, but when you are so in tune with everything that you're supposed to be in tune with, it's easier. The discernment is easier
So
to
those are
to
that's like
interpret.
a running back by the time he get to varsity football, a stiff arm is second nature.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I feel it. Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Soon
Mm.
as I get past the backers, I know exactly I got 1 to 2 moves here
Right.
because I got to just and I'm
Oh,
out.
And I got to get up. I got to get
yep.
And I'm,
vertical.
it's
Get
daylight.
vertical.
Yep.
That's right.
Exactly.
I got to get vertical. You know what's funny about that? I heard this quote and I cannot remember where I heard it from, but it said, don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. And it's funny because again, when you made the comment, like you find your purpose, you find your passion. Again, keep putting and fueling that fire, right?
Hmm.
Too many times we surround ourselves around the problems. This is a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem. We can easily spot all of that. It's almost like I think I cannot remember his last name. I think it's Simon Seek. He made the comment of when a skier is skiing down a hill, is he thinking tree, 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 tree? No, he's thinking follow the path, follow the path, follow the path, follow the path. Because if he starts
Solution
thinking about
focus.
exactly, I'm gonna lose focus if I start thinking about the tree, that tree, this tree, that tree, this tree. You finna eat a tree if you don't follow the path. But
You
I think
just create a magnet.
exactly. You created a magnet. Exactly. You attracting all of the problems at that point. Watch how everything magically opens up and magically be able to see the path that people probably wouldn't be able to see if they looked at the same exact path. They wouldn't be able to see it. But you're crazy because they wouldn't go down that path because it's dangerous. But you know. And then they wonder why they have the same problems and the same issues because I've gotten past this. It's easy for me now. I'm trying to get you to see the same thing.
Hey man, all this go together. It's just like that running back we was talking about. A great running back got great vision. Great vision finding a hole.
Facts.
Bad vision is dodging linebackers.
Facts.
One
Facts.
person see the opening, the other one see a damn wall. If
What
I
did they
see the
tell you as a
hole, I
running
ain't got
back?
nothing to dodge. I just need to hit it quick.
What did they tell you as a
Yeah,
running
well,
back?
coach, I also was told that I need to follow the guard. I needed to follow somebody. I needed to follow
Yeah.
that path. Somebody may be helping me to get to that path so that I
And
can
you
Sound
go
like you
ahead
need a
and
coach, huh?
and you know what I learned with that? Patience. A great running back is patient. And ain't nothing about the speed of the game rather. Because that
Nope.
guard that for damn sure ain't finna hit his top end speed, but I'm gonna sit behind him for a second till I see what I need. Shoo.
Coach Harris said this to me in practice one day. We running all defense. I mean, running offense, and every play was a run play. And I'm like, Coach, can we throw the ball one time? I got receivers over here literally crying right now. Can we throw the ball one time? He was like, No, Bufy, running backs control the game. And it's true. They control the game, bro. Like once they got the ball, it's on them. It is totally on them. Simple as that. A receiver
Establish
has
the
got to get to a
run.
spot, right? If it's that's extra, that's icing on the cake if you got yak after that, right? That's icing. You supposed to get to a spot and catch the ball where I throw the ball to, right? That's a route. As a running back, I told you to go to that hole. Now, what happens after that? That's on you. You control the game. So, again, shout out Coach Harris. We're gonna have you back, Coach. Uh, let's go switch gears again to Coach Wash. I want to take this to I don't know my passion. I'm still trying to find my passion.
Keep working. The
Please,
door,
please
it
expound
will
on that.
be well, even when you know your passion, you trying to figure out how to get out of the trap. But like I said, one of the biggest things I heard more recently, and I heard it before, I'm just not being hard headed. Be still. So what does that mean? It's time for you not to try to make something happen. We already know what we got. We know we are putting it into practice, but sometimes you have to allow for things to be presented to you. And if you don't know what your gift or your passion is yet, sometimes that's going to come to you just from you living life and moving. Uh, get a job. This is what I tell. This is what I used to tell people when I was in the high school. Just get a job.
Simple,
I mean,
simple stuff.
you never know and pick up everything in that job. Always learn on the job. You never know how that stuff gonna come in handy later. You might be sharpening a tool and you don't even know what the tool is for. And that tool gonna bend the corner. So it's a circle. It's gonna bend the corner because then when you do find the lane that you're supposed to go down, you're gonna be ready and prepped for it because you already grabbed a bunch of skills and tools that you did not have before just by moving, doing what you're supposed to do with a job that you do have and paying close attention to it. Everybody not built to be an entrepreneur, but if that becomes something that you're gonna end up doing, whatever the businesses are gonna be down the road, you can't tell me that you don't learn people skills working in retail,
Mm-hmm.
working at the drive-thru. You can't tell me you don't learn how to do some basic accounting, working at a register. You can't tell me you don't know how to operate as a manager by receiving from managers, whether they good or bad. You now know what your employees don't want to hear or don't want to deal with because you didn't dealt with some stuff you didn't want to deal with. You now know how to not operate and operate. There's so much stuff you're gonna gather just by moving and doing things that there's no reason why you shouldn't have some tools ready to go once you do figure out that lane. It's gonna come to you.
And just to keep going off of that, and you kind of touched on already the life skills that you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the things that we get confused with when we think about gifts, or skills, we think about something that we can physically do, like drawing or uh, uh, athletic attributes or, anything like that. It's required of something that I can physically do. But there are life skills that you can be actually good at, whether you're good with people, you can help people. You know, it was funny. We were talking about this at the gym, one of the Saturdays, me and T White. And I was like, bro, what's crazy is as former athletes, it's a natural gift. And when you think about it, to be able to walk into a gym and already know exactly what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, the rest
Mm-hmm.
time that you're gonna take in between, and how long it should take you to get this done.
Yep.
90% of the people that walk into a gym do not have that ability to just here we go. This is exactly what we're about to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just a small, sample of that. But just the ability to say, all right, I like to help people. And I think I'm good at helping people. You know what I'm saying? You're the friend that people like to tend to lean on. Okay. But you're not in a current field where you feel like you're not massaging that interest. You're not getting what you feel. Okay. Then you have to do what every book that I've read says you have to do, which is get in that spot that makes you have to do that. Go
Mm-hmm.
volunteer,
Mm-hmm.
go serve, go get into the community there. Whatever skill that you're trying to sharpen and what you think that you are good at, there are plenty of avenues. But again, and then I'm speaking to myself here. At some point, somebody can help you. And some point, somebody may
Mm-hmm.
actually push your ass and say, "Hey, man, here it is." Because I think that you have something here. So therefore, I'm gonna help you out. But bro, you got to do it yourself.
Right. You got to put the work in.
Yeah.
But
Working for something that you don't care about, that's called stress.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
Working for something that
again,
you love is called passion.
It's
and
called
if
passion.
I know that I like this thing and it's not considered a job, I promise you, you think you can write, start a blog, journal, freaking write notes on your phone, screenshot, make it a nameless IG page. You know what I'm saying? Just like we talked about last week with your homeboy. He loved to draw and freelance and tattoos. I ain't never heard of a tattoo artist with a coloring book, anime coloring book,
Mm-hmm.
numbers, different man, dog. There's so much things you can do. You just have to open yourself up to other people because they may have the mental capacity to unlock and say something to you that you didn't even think about. And they're not even in
Yeah.
that field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But
my brain may be thinking different than Wash. Wash brain may be thinking different than mine. And Wash can already be thinking about something, and then he tells me, and it just sparks this whole thing, and vice versa. If you're not talking to other people and you're not talking to like-minded people and people that are not on that same trajectory and path of what you're trying to do, your level of thought will always stay here. It'll always stay here. It's not going to go nowhere.
You haven't
How is
watered
it
the
going to go
flower.
anywhere when everybody and everything that you're talking about is low-hanging fruit? I can't get to the mangoes up top if I'm only reaching down here for the lemons.
you
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just continue to have lemonade. I'm never gonna get that damn mango up there.
Luna, that's a weird ass tree. I'm just gonna say that, bro.
But you get what I'm
I
saying.
get what
Because
you're
low
saying,
hanging
bro. I get
fruit,
what
the
you're saying,
lemons
bro.
down here, but the
but
mangoes at the
you
top of the top. You can't get a low hanging
yeah,
mango.
yeah, yeah.
Facts.
You need
They
some
want the sun.
thorns.
They need the
But you
sun.
look, I mean, kind of sum this up, man. When we talk about this, get you a mentor if you do know your purpose. Numero uno. I actually had a recent meeting with someone about a business model around like my production. And I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't had a business model I stuck with. I always kind of move with how the industry was moving or the trends, not even large scale. You know, everybody don't know the business behind how people get paid for music other than like upfront fees and stuff. But, in that meeting, without even like committing to the mentorship, I learned a lot just by having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation.
Exactly.
Um, and so much game was exchanged, just like, you know, are you going to commit, with the mentorship or, just something still in the talks. But I'm like, so much game just putting yourself out there. And with the project I recently released, and I've been just getting more people reaching out to me. And sometimes you just got to put yourself out there. And even with what Coach Luna was saying, to back to what Steve was saying with like no direction, like surround yourself with people that have ambition or striving towards something. Because and don't dismiss people that's not in your field specifically. Because hell, all you people that love music, R&B singers, most of them don't write their own songs. Usually the writer ain't the one. The writer's the writer. Occasionally you got the writer that is the singer too. As a hip hop artist, traditionally, your gift was supposed to be your pen, but things have changed today. So other people's pen are they're contributing to the
We
songs
trying to
that
get
you hear.
everybody's skills out there. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, without giving them, you know, the big check. But that's neither here nor there. But
But
anybody can spark something towards what you are doing. So back to the coloring book idea, and that was received well. Previous guest, that was received well. He was like,
mhm.
"Man, I didn't even think about that." That's something you can put in the works.
Bogart
So
gonna have a whole coloring book next week.
right, right, and I'm like, that's free game that nobody looking to get nothing from you. It's just sharing ideas. Like, you ever thought about this? You'd be surprised of the creative thought that comes behind.
Hey, because
Iron
my ass
sharp as
can't
iron.
draw words. My ass can't draw nothing.
Hey,
I
that's just like when you see the dunk competition. All them guys get their dunk ideas from people that can't jump. You know what'd be cool? They got people
if you
sitting.
could do
I've seen this. They
yeah.
got people sitting off on the side, just coming up with dope ass dunking ideas. Like I ain't got the bounce to do this shit, but if you can pull it off, it would be
You might be
dope.
able to do this.
Yeah, you look like you
Pull a
jump
roll of
high
quarters off the
enough.
backboard.
Look, I want you to take a sip from the Aquafina bottle before you put the ball
Off the backboard.
off the back,
That's
whatever the
crazy.
Pour it
case
in the
may.
Dixie cup and drink it off the Dixie cup. Put it back up there before you dunk the ball.
But
But
yeah,
again, you know what that goes back to?
what's that?
Humility.
Oh yeah.
Because I could easily be like, I'm not about to listen to this little 4'11" cat that ain't never seen the top of the
Hey
rim telling
man,
me what
ain't
I should do for a dunk.
you ever heard the saying, you too damn smart for your own good?
Absolutely.
You could be too damn strong for your own good too. Humility can definitely enhance your ability.
Mm.
I'm gonna completely butcher this quote, and I love that, by the way. I'm writing that down. But there is a quote that states um pretty much exactly what you said, Luna, when you don't want to take that information for somebody that may be too small. And the meme was there was somebody small giving information to a tall person, or that there was something on the top of a cabinet. And it said something to the degree of the little person has big dreams, so they know. The big person has sight and can't see.
Mm,
That's crazy, right?
No vision.
Like no vision. You got all the skills and the tools in the world, but you haven't surrounded yourself around the people that can help sharpen those tools and make them better, giving you better sight. Little stuff like that, yo. This was a good this was a pretty
this was a good
impactful
point.
pod.
This was.
Which corners, baby?
Before we get out of here, Coach Luna, go ahead and empty that coin purse out.
Okay. Sum it all up. You know, again, it goes back to what we talked about. It's it's easy to go ahead and have these conversations and talk about these types of things because, you know, I'm currently I'm for myself, I'm currently in the state of seeing the fruits of
Mm-hmm.
applying these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I am an experiment within myself of doing these things, and I'm shedding and sharing as it's going. And I think that's man, that's awesome because I'm following the blueprint that others that have had success and currently having success were willing to do the same thing. And everybody has the different levels of success and what they want to call success. But that's here nor there when it all comes down to the grand scheme of things, when it comes down to doing what you love. When you're doing what you love, or you may not be doing what you love, find ways to supplement it. Find ways to dive in it at some point. You know what I'm saying? And create that routine and that discipline to where it's included. And the more and more you you nur nourish it and bring it attention to it, it's like it the universe and the world starts noticing it as well. I actually had this conversation with my homeboy earlier today. He's going interview to interview with top NFL teams right now for a very lucrative position. And I was just talking to him about it, and I was like, bro, it's funny how all this works, because the current place where he was at, it wasn't much movement going on. And just lately, team after team has been calling and be like, hey, we want to interview you. And I was like, man, look, that's either, somebody around you is saying great things about you, or it's just a literal testament of how good you've been doing in your field, in your practice, that you didn't have to go out and seek, it came and found you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And when you're doing the things and the disciplines of what you're supposed to be doing, you have a high standard of the way you treat yourself, the way you treat others. You know what I'm saying? You have a code of conduct within yourself, and the type of people you like to associate with. It's hard for that type of person to not persevere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like this week when I did my own little self inventory to see how far I've gotten as far as just my physical journey. Dog, I ran 7 miles in the year of 2021. I ran 21 miles in 2022. I ran 100 miles last year, or 80 miles. I ran almost 150, damn near 200 miles so far this year. And we're in
In
month
May.
5. And that's not a bragging point. That's something that you should do to yourself as a person, is to give yourself a pat on the back and be like, man, I'm progressing. I am
Yep.
that it's like the book that I'm reading, The Compound Effect. It talks about the discipline, and then it talks about momentum. And it says when you finally get to that point where your discipline has gone, it's just like
Mm-hmm.
that avalanche. It's an avalanche effect. That
Mm-hmm.
momentum, it doesn't take much for that thing to go, and it doesn't take much for that thing to build. Once you go and you're going, man, what does an avalanche do when it goes downhill?
Takes out
Takes
everything.
everything. Takes everything.
And
Takes
it is
territory. It does
it's it's
everything.
it's easy. It's light work.
Easy. It's
And the
light
funny
work.
thing is that the amount that's needed, is so minute.
That's it.
Again, you are one book, one quote, one coach, one mentor, one problem solve away from getting to where you want to get to.
And Coach Steve, that picture that I posted, that side by side of me, that picture was from October. I was already 7 to 8 months. Well, yeah, I'd say about 8 to 9 months within my own personal journey of getting started. And even
Mm-hmm.
then, I was not satisfied, bro. I kept reading and seeing different things. And then when I ran across that book, damn David Goggins, bro, that was the one for me. That
Yeah.
was the one,
The one
because
book.
it literally, I I haven't had a coach talk to me like that. And again, I never talked to the guy. That's the beauty of reading a book, because that what you hear in the words, and it's the voice in your head. When I heard the way he was describing the journey and just talking to himself, and just be like, bro, you are your problem. Face it,
No.
own it, but you're also your solution.
Right.
Own
That's
it.
something you have to realize.
And when that triggered and just hearing about it and seeing it, like it had to get to the point where I'm hearing this stuff about him in his book. I have to Google this. Like, bro, there's no way. Sure the hell did. I'm like, bro, this dude is insane. Obsessed.
He got a different wire, bro. He on a different level. He moved
I
different.
think everybody can get to that level of, and not David Goggins
Not
crazy.
yet.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I think everybody
We can
can
get
get
there.
to a level. I think everybody can get to a level of dedication and perseverance and courage and all those base level characteristics. I think everybody can get to the level that they've been at their highest peak, and I think they can go further than that. I think
Mhm.
everybody can.
I
Agreed.
100% agree with you. I think everybody can get to a level where they feel enough, and
And
that
go
makes them happy.
and you can go further than that.
And you can go further than that if you so choose to go further than that. If
Coach,
you really want to put the effort in and actually change the narrative and change the perspective, you can do that for yourself.
coach,
But you got to
three
put the
years
work in.
ago, I ran 7 miles in the whole year. I
Right.
run 7 miles every Wednesday now.
There it is. There it
I
is,
telling
bro.
you, I freaking hate running. But that book flipped my brain. The more I hate something, the more I have to go do it. I
Yep.
hated waking up at 4 a.m.
Yep.
You couldn't pay me to wake up at 4 a.m. But now I can't do it any other way. I'm up
Oh,
at
bro, we could
4:08 in the morning every morning.
somebody could have paid you to get up at 4 a.m., bro. They
Nah,
was paying
brother.
you right. They was paying you right. You would have got up at 4 a.m.
I'm telling you, no.
So,
Because that required me to have to go to bed earlier. And I
nah,
wasn't going to bed at before 10 o'clock. Child, please. Now my phone is on the charger by 8:30. We in the bed by 9, and we about to be asleep anywhere between 9 and 10.
I was gonna say,
Because
bro,
I
we
gotta
we
get up at
burning
6.
we burning the midnight oil right now for you.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry. As soon as we done, I'm going right in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be knockout time.
Coach Wash,
Yeah,
wrap this up, bro.
wrap it up.
Wrap this up, bro.
I know what I gotta do,
You know what you got to do, but I want to get your 2 cents on this topic first.
man. It's always hard following up after the dime drop, man.
That's why I have you go second.
And gee,
Gives me
man,
more time to prepare.
you know, I gotta go against the getting to the point where it's enough and being happy. I'm gonna talk beyond that. There should be no such thing as enough. Fuck that. In my David Goggins voice. Fuck that. If you know you got more juice in the tank, you need to go get it. Don't leave this motherfucker with anything on the field. Period. I didn't. As Coach said, we live in the shit we talk about. I done backslid. I done slid back forward. I done moonwalked. I done glided back to this side.
And sidestepped.
Sidestep, side swipe, whatever. But you ain't never out the game, baby. You gotta
Right.
tap back in, get to a level of consistency, lock in, and find that book, find that quote, find that mentor to where ain't nothing behind you no more. Where your obsession takes over until you gone and leave your mark. So
Facts.
you so the next pod 10, 20, 30 years from now from somebody else, you were the example. You served and you'll continue to serve, leave a legacy.
I love that, yo. Leadership is I'm gonna steal another one of his quotes. Leadership is not a choice.
Mm-mm,
Leadership, I'm sorry, leadership is a choice. It's not a position.
Hmm.
mm-mm.
It's not a position. It's a
No, sir.
choice. So you got to choose to do better and choose to want to do better and choose to want to be better, right? So I'm gonna end with this before we have Coach Wash in with his cipher real quick. Follow the path. Don't be afraid of the path because it's clouded in stuff that you rarely want to face, sometimes face, I'll face when it's convenient, or I never want to face it. Face it. You want stuff to change for you. You want things to be different. You want to see a different outcome. Follow the path. Put yourself through the grind. Put yourself through and push through. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna suck. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna have angst about it. It's gonna put you in a place where you're gonna want to really quit. Keep going anyway. Keep going anyway. Again, all of us been football players. We've all been on the field. We've all talked to our coaches, and each one of them told us to leave everything on the field. Coach Wash said it best again. Leave it all on the field. There's been times, and probably early in your career, where you probably left a little bit left because I didn't want to give it all on the field. You probably have some angst about that. I know the hell I do. There's 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 games. There's games that I can call out where I'm like, I didn't give everything that I wanted to give or I should have give because I was stuck in my way. I didn't make the best decisions. I know I didn't make the best decisions. And I want to reiterate that the stuff that we talk about on this pod and stuff the people that we bring on, this is all work that all three of us that are on this pod that are consistently working on, consistently trying to be better at, consistently trying to work on and polish ourselves in these areas. So again, we ain't saying we got all the answers, but we might have figured out some ways to follow the path and make sure that that path don't look as scary as you may think it may be. So find a mentor, find a coach, find somebody that can actually help you get to where you're trying to get to. Find a book, find a passage, find the Bible, find something that's going to help spark that igniter for you and get this going for you. Coach Wash, close us out, bro.
I might have a couple of things tonight. All right, we're gonna spit right now. What we got? I'm feeling soulful lately. 92385, that's an old soul that shall survive. Never die if you try to take me out. They'll send me back again arrive. Spawn Satan, he was hot as hell. I got him heated. I will prevail. Good man, cause it's dangerous here. Skeletons all in my shell. Hold my cards and I play them well. Spartan gifted, never take a sale. I'm more than covered, never needing bail. Always free, never see a sale. Staying patted, won't leave a trail. Still stacking bread, and I live on kill. Can't let them eat. That beef is stale. This child's play, that's a hustler's tale.
Go back and rewind, y'all. Go back and rewind. Wow. Go
Ain't no
back and
Ghost Rider.
rewind.
Ain't no Ghost Rider, huh?
No
Ain't
Ghost
no
Rider.
ghost riders. I'll do this. Gifts, your gifts.
Use
All
your
right.
gifts. Use your gifts.
Hold on. I ain't done.
Oh, he reloaded.
Hold
Pew,
on.
pew, pew.
I gotta do this one. This is real short. This comment, this short piece. Short and loaded. Y'all definitely gotta rewind. Lord, sacrificial lamb for all generational curses. Fighting demons to drop gems in these verses. I'm built for it. Rope it open. Not willing karma to my seeds, I'm hoping. Willing to invite battles to kill misfortune, starting with two L's to will a fortune.
Ooh. Ooh. Rewind.
Hold
Rewind.
on. Go back. Lord, a sacrificial lamb for all generational curses. I'm fighting demons to drop gems in these verses. I'm built for it. I'm rope doping, not willing karma to my seeds, I'm hoping. Willing to invite battles to kill misfortune, starting with two L's to will of fortune.
Mm,
Wheel of Fortune. Boy, don't
mm,
play with me and my
The end
doubles.
came to the beginning, but they
mm,
all, man, okay.
mm.
That's impressive. Yo, we acting like
It sounds
Nas
like you
on
go
Rewind.
at rappers, bro.
Rewind, one
Smash
of
that
my favorite
together.
tracks,
That
actually.
spells goat. Wow. Well, again, if you like what you heard, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to hear more from the Coach Life fam. Again, we definitely appreciate um the comments, the likes, the subscribes. I'm seeing a lot more uptick. I'm seeing um a lot more of us getting out there. So I appreciate you guys sharing us and getting us out there. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing. Keep getting this out again. I'm pretty sure this is helping somebody. And if it's helped you in some kind of way, again, share this with somebody and try to help them get through whatever it is that they're trying to get through themselves. So again, as always, family, you guys be safe out there. And as always, stay positive, my friends.